All right, you guys can see the question okay? You need it a little bit bigger? How's that?
I could take
No, that's fine.
Okay. So always we start with what the question's asking us. And this question is asking us how many mLs must the nurse administer? Okay. If you look at the beginning of the statement, you can see that we have Solumedrol ordered, and it's ordered for a client weighing 3 kilograms. So likely this is a weight-based question. As soon as you see that weight in there, that's going to usually tell you that. And it's also telling us that it's ordered at this dose of 2.5 milligrams per kilogram. So when you do these questions, you have to look at a couple of things. The first thing that you want to look at is everything in the same strength? Okay, and what you have ordered is in the same strength as what you have on hand, right?
Yes.
Because we have 2.5 milligrams ordered, and on hand we have 125 milligrams. So we're good there. We have everything we need there to do the calculation. Okay. So first, let's calculate our desired dose. So your desired dose is whatever the doctor ordered, and the doctor ordered 2.5 milligrams per kilogram. Your child weighs 3 kilograms. So you don't have to do anything with the weight there because it's already in kilograms. But if it was in pounds, what would you have to do?
Divided by 2.2.
convert to kilogram.
Okay, divided by 2.2, right? Or multiply it. If it's in pounds, how are you going to take it to kilograms? You're going to divide or multiply?
Divide.
Divide. Okay. Just want to hear you guys say that. Make sure everybody knows that. All right. So now you should write down the ordered dose, which is 2.5 milligrams per kilogram. The weight, which is 3 kilograms. And then what you have available. And you have 125 milligrams per 2 ml. And then we're going to go to the whiteboard. Now, sometimes it's just going to ask you to calculate the desired dose. So if it asks us to calculate the desired dose here, we're going to take our ordered dose, which is 2.5 milligrams, and we're going to multiply that times our weight, which is 3 kilograms. You do weight based, you always leave everything in the calculator. I don't care how long the answer is, leave the entire thing in there. Unless the problem tells you to round after you get the weight. You rarely ever see that. All right, so you should have gotten 7.5 milligrams. Now, if I was just asking you what would be the dose here, that's your desired dose, okay? But it's asking you how many mLs that you're going to give. So now the only thing different between this and a normal D over H is that on a normal D over H, they give you the desired dose. Okay. On this, they don't give you the desired dose. So you have to calculate it by calculating what is ordered times the weight. We did that. Now we have our desired dose, and we can put it over what we have on hand, which is 125 times our vehicle, which is 2 ml. And that will tell us how many mLs we are going to give. I got 0.12. Is that what everybody else got?
Yes.
Yes.
All right. Now, if I said round this to the nearest tenth, what would your answer be?
0.1.
0.1. Because this 2 dictates whether or not this 1 is going to change. This is the nearest tenth. Okay, this 2 is the nearest 100th. If I said round it to the nearest 100th, then your answer would be 0.1. 9.12. Okay? We good with that part?
Yes.
Wait, let's go back to the other screen and put our answer in. Oh, bam, look at that. You guys are rock stars. You know how to do this. Okay, again, we go, what is our question asking us? How many mLs must the nurse administer? Okay, whenever you see that and you have all this information, so if you look up in your statement, okay, you also see a couple things up here. You have an ordered dose and you have something on hand. So also looking at the question and seeing that information sometimes will help to make you realize, oh, okay, this is a D over H. I just have to calculate what the D is because I don't know it because it's based on the weight. All right. So what is our weight here? It's in pounds. So now you're going to have to do that conversion for the weight at least. If we look at what we have on hand and what is ordered, they're both in milligrams. So we're good there. So now you're going to write down what is ordered, which is 1.5 milligrams per kilogram. What your child's weight is, 41 pounds. And the what you have on hand, which is 75 milligrams per 2 ml. Okay, first thing I'm going to do is take my child's weight, and I'm going to divide that by 2.2, so I can calculate my desired dose. Okay, again, what are we going to do with that whole number?
We're gonna divide the weight, we're gonna do
Wait,
weight
hold on,
divided by.
nurse. Hold on. I just wanted a simple answer. That whole number you just
gonna
got, 'cause
leave
you just
it.
got this really long number, right? 18.636363.
Leave it. Leave it.
Yes,
Leave it.
leave it in the calculator.
Okay,
Okay. Now the next step is what you were trying to tell me is we're going to take this number here, right? That whole number that's in our calculator, and we're going to multiply that times what the desired dose is, which is 1.5 milligrams. Again, that gave us 27.95, and then you have this really long number after that, and this is milligrams, okay? So if I just wanted you to tell me how much you're going to give the child, okay, this is what you would calculate as per the weight. We're going to calculate the mLs because we're going to go ahead and calculate that desired dose. This is just another simple step that you should know. Now, here's the thing. If I asked you for this answer here, okay, and I told you I wanted it in the nearest tenth, what would your answer be?
27.9.
No.
That would be 28.
It'd be
27.
28
Yeah.
because that
28.
9 can't, it's going to, that 5 is going to convert that 9, right? So
Yeah.
it's going to automatically take it up to the nearest whole number. Okay, if I said rounded to the nearest 100th, what would it be? You would have a 4 there, right? Because that's what's in your calculator.
Right.
So if I said rounded up to the nearest 100th, what would the answer be?
27.96.
27.95.
Yes, 27.95. Perfect. Now you're going to take this 27.95, blah, blah, blah. All right. And you're going to put that over what you have on hand, which is what?
75.
75.
75 milligrams.
Mhm.
And your vehicle is 2 mLs. You see, your milligrams is going to cross out here, and you're going to be left with mLs. So now take that whole number and divide it by 75, and then multiply it times your 2. And what'd you get?
Equals 0.745.
Okay, that's what you got. Okay, so let's see what it wants us to do here. So we're going to go with the 0.75 because that 74 is going to round up if we're going to the nearest hundredth here. We're going to see what this author wants because every author is different. All right, but you guys see how that would round to 0.75?
Yes.
Everybody?
Yes.
Anybody
Yes.
not
Yes.
understand why this would round to 0.75? Now, what if I told you to round it to the nearest tenth? What would the answer be?
It will be 7.
0.7.
7.
Right, 0.7. Good job there, because you know you got to use that 4 to dictate, not what this answer is. Oh, bam, look at that.
What?
You can see it.
We can't see. It's just a whiteboard.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. Oh, okay. So we did the round up.
Usually, you know, once you see how the author's going, that's how it's going to remain. Now, on a question like this on the exam, I would probably have you just round it to the nearest tenth. But sometimes I will ask you to the nearest 100th just because I want to see, one, are you reading the question? And two, or do you know how to do that? Because there are some calculations, especially weight-based ones, that will require that you give them to the nearest 100. Because you can imagine if you had a child, okay, and you're giving them a dose, and that dose is going to affect their kidneys because most drugs are metabolized through your kidneys, and you're giving them, even if it's only 0.4 extra every time. If you're giving this 2 or 3 times a day, how much are you really giving extra now every day? And over a period of 5 or 10 days, how is that going to affect the body? So this is why it's so important that you know this. We're not just trying to trip you up or make life hard. All right, see if you can do this one on your own. Remember the things that you're going to look for. Make sure you start with the last statement in the sentence so you know what the problem's asking you for. What do we get?
0.16 mL.
Is that what everybody got?
Yes.
Don't be scared. Be scared on the test, not now. Because if you learn it now, then you don't have to be scared on the test, right? Rock stars right there. Anybody need me to go over that one again?
Mm-mm.
All right, let's look at see if I can find one here that does it out the way I want it to do. Need something simpler. Let me see if I can get them on my level up. I'm just trying to pull up something else because I want to show you guys another step of these because you may not have to go to that full step on your test, but I want you to know how to do that full step so you know the understanding, you understand the intent behind that. Because you have to calculate when you're doing weight-based, if you're going to calculate the number of mLs or what you're going to give, you first have to do that weight-based calculation in order to do that. Now, some of the questions I wrote for you guys, I think only require you just to calculate the first part of the question, not the actual. You don't have to actually determine how many mLs that you're going to give per hour. You just have to determine the weight. What is this thing doing? Thank you. Sorry, my software likes to be a little special sometimes.
Well as control postpartum bleeding.
Let's look at these questions real quick and let you guys take a peek at them, but I want to see first if they are going to be what we want. All right, so let's look at the first one here. Can you guys see the question?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So this one, as opposed to mLs, it's asking us for milligrams. So what we're going to calculate here is how many milligrams a patient will receive per dose, not per day. And then that per day is just adding all the doses together, okay? But normally when you guys are doing doses, you're just doing per dose. So what we're going to do is we're going to calculate how many milligrams the client is receiving in each dose, okay? All right, so again, this is no different than what you just did. So what you have here is you have an order for 25 milligrams per kilogram per day, okay? And your patient weighs 73 pounds. So for this question, all we're going to take is the patient's weight, which is 73 pounds, okay? And we're going to take how many milligrams that they're ordered. So they are ordered 25 milligrams per kilogram per day. You can already see that they get 4 doses a day, right? Because they're getting it every 6 hours. All right, let's go to the whiteboard. You guys wrote that information down? Okay, so first thing you're going to do again is 73 pounds. That's the weight. We're going to divide that by 2.2. And that should have gave you 33.18
Eight.
infinity. Yes.
Yes.
And then we have 25 milligrams per kilogram per day. All right, so you're going to take that times 25.
Equals 829.54 infinity.
Okay, now that's what your patient is getting per day. And I just told you he's getting it every 6 hours. So that means he's getting it in 4 divided doses, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if I asked you how many milligrams he was getting per day, this would be your answer. Okay, every 6 hours means 4 divided doses. So we're going to divide this by 4. And that means he's getting 207.38
7.38.
milligrams per dose. Anybody not understand that?
Understood.
Okay, this question is going beyond that, okay? Because it's asking how many milligrams the patient will receive per day. Well, we already calculated that, right?
Mm-hmm.
What did we calculate for that?
Per day, 829.54.
829.54. And it says rounded to the nearest tenth, so that would be what?
829.5.
829.6.5. 829.5.
5.
Oh, slam. Look, you got it right. Math always looks way harder than what it is. All right, so now they're going to actually go on and make you calculate this out even further. But I just wanted you to see that part. Now, if anybody needs to see the ratio proportion of how that's done, take a picture right there.
I did it, but still take a picture.
Also on here, I believe that they show us dimensional analysis. So if you're a dimensional analysis nurse, take
Yes.
that picture.
Yes.
All right, let me just make it a little bit smaller and you can get both. There you go. We good?
Yes.
Now it's asking how many milligrams will the patient receive per dose. And we did that, right?
Yeah, we just did that.
And what do we get?
200.
207.38.
207.38.
Okay, so it wants us to take it to the nearest tenth. So that would be what?
207.4.
207.4.
Oh, smack, you got it right. So you just had to divide it into 4 equal doses. It's really just reading what the question's asking you. Now it's asking us how many mLs. And you guys already know how to do this because we just did this on a previous question, right? Correct?
Yes.
We did this before when we were doing those other calculations. And it's asking the patient, how many mLs will the patient receive per day? So that means you have to use that higher dose that you calculated to do this. So all you're going to do is take that 829.5, right? And put it over what you have on hand. Which is what?
250. Equals 3.3. It's round to the nearest 10.
829.
Oh, you got it right.
3.3.
You got it right. So mostly on your test, you're doing like the first part of the calculation. You're either calculating a desired dose, and you'll know that when you see how the dose is ordered. But usually I don't give you a daily dose. I just give you a single dose. And that's how it's going to be ordered. So you won't have any trickiness there. You just have to really read what it's asking you. Now it's asking you how much the patient would receive per dose. And now you're just going to go back and take that other number you calculated, that 207 number, right? Which came out to the 3.3. That's what you ended up with. And actually, if you could take your 3.3 also and divide that by 4, that might come out a little tricky.
Is it 0.8?
Yeah, I got 0.8. Okay. So now let's try another one. So first we'll calculate how much the client receives per day. Then we'll break it down to dose. Okay. All right. So the things that you're going to need out of this is the patient's weight, which is 64 pounds. And the ordered dose, which is 6 milligrams per kilogram per day. So now we're going to multiply that times our ordered dose, which is 6 milligrams per kilogram per day. And that gives us 174.545. I'm going to put that there. Milligrams per day, right? Most of the time it's going to ask us to round this here. Let's see what it asks us to round to. Okay, they want the nearest tenth. So the nearest tenth is going to be what?
174.45.
Okay, 174.5. Perfect. Okay, there's your picture, dimensional analysis, and proportional ratio, whatever they want to call it. And now it's going to ask us how much per dose. So how many doses? We're giving it every 8 hours. So how many doses are we giving?
3.
Okay, so we're going to divide that by 3. And what'd you get?
Hold on. 174.5 divided by 3 is 58.1.
58.16.
I got 58.18. Either way, it's asking you to round it to the nearest tenth. So what's that going to be?
58.2.
58.2.
58.2, correct. Everybody understand that? Everybody good with that? Oh, what I put 58.6, it's not 58.2, Miss Sue. Pay attention. I don't want you guys to get a red X. All right, 58.2. Now it's asking, it's just showing us the problem there, sorry. Now it's asking us how many mLs will the patient receive per day. So you guys remember how to do this? Remember, you're going to take that dose that you ordered, that total daily dose, which is, it actually gives it to you in the question, the 174.5 that we got, right? And you're going to divide that by what?
100.
Okay.
And times it by 50.
Correct.
$87.3.
Okay, so that's going to be your total dose in mLs for the day.
That's what I got.
Okay, everybody good there?
Yeah, that's what I got.
And now it's going to ask us for mLs. So first thing you're going to do is what?
The 7.3 divided by 3, I think.
Okay, good.
$29.1.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Yeah, I got 29.1.
Yeah, if we got to the nearest time.
Yeah.
Yep.
Bam, right there, rock stars. Good job. All right, let's see if you can do this one on your own. So make sure you read what the question's asking you.
$750 milligrams per day.
Okay, is that what everybody else got?
Yes.
750, right? Even?
Yes.
I gotta clear mine.
Great job. Now you're going to calculate likely per dose. There's your math if you want to see it. Okay, now you're going to calculate milligrams per dose. And this is really what you're going to see here. I'm going to ask you most of the time for milligrams per dose. A lot of times you won't even have to break it down because it's only going to give you the weight, the desired dose, but you should know how to do the whole thing here. They look a lot harder than what they are, right? Just steps.
$250 per dose. Milligrams per dose.
Is that what everybody else got?
No, I didn't get that.
Yes.
Okay, well, without even a calculator, right? Without even a calculator, I know this is given 3 times a day. And so look at your number there, 750. If you divide that by 3, right? I already know that 250 and 250 is 500 if I wanted to double check myself here. Okay? So another 250 is going to be 750. Just if I wanted to double check myself here, nurse. Double check yourself on the math.
Yeah, I got to.
So go back and look at your steps and see what you miss. Good with that one? Were you able to get to that number now?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, let's try another. Oh, this was for the ML, so let's do that.
$30 ml.
30.
Yes.
Great job. Here's your math.
Hold on.
Where did I get the, oh, that's what I did. I plugged in the wrong number. I'm like, where did
Well, that's good because, you know, by this way, I can show you how they do it, and at least you can see where you made your error.
wait, where did
Believe me, I make errors too sometimes because I go through it too fast, and sometimes you'll see it on the test like I didn't calculate something right, or, you know, I went through it too fast and missed it. I try to make sure I don't make mistakes on there, but I'm human. And then per dose, how many mLs?
$10 ml.
Good. Okay, let's try another one. Then I'm gonna move on to some different math because I feel like you guys are here now. And I'll show you a sample also. Well, you'll see the samples when you get on the practice test, okay? Because I am gonna post that in about 15 minutes because I'm on the last question now.
Okay.
So when you do the ones on the sample question, remember it's going to be a much simpler step because all you're going to have to do is calculate a single desired dose. So you're not going to have all this information in the question, but I want you to know how to do it all the way out, and you should know. So if you can do it all the way out, you could do the simple ones I'm going to be able to put on there. So if you have a problem like deciphering when you do the practice, then send me an email or reach out and let me know. Okay, what do we end up with our daily dose for milligrams?
Uh,
1750 milligrams.
175.0 or 0?
1700.
1,750.
yeah, that's what I got.
1,750.
Right.
Very good. Okay, there's your math.
Yeah, that's what I got.
Now
Well,
per dose.
can you go back to the mask, please? I didn't take the picture.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, let me, oh, no. Oh,
Thank you.
I need the problem. I didn't write it out. I just solved it.
We good?
Yes. That's what I'm gonna say.
So now we're doing per dose.
Right. Yes.
437.5.
Yep, that's what I got. Oh, then it say round to the nearest. Oh, so it's already.
That was your answer.
Yes.
Great job.
Oh, so now, let me write it out because I didn't write it.
Okay, so now you're getting your mLs per day.
Seven mLs.
Great job. There's your math.
Can you pull the question down again? Can you scroll down? Yeah, there you go. Thanks.
So can you see everything in the picture, or you need to make me to make it a little smaller?
No, hold on.
That's what you're trying to do, get everything in one
Yeah.
picture?
Yeah,
There you
yep,
go.
right there, thank you.
Okay, now you're doing mLs per dose.
One point seven
Point-
eight.
0.8.
1.8, yeah.
Good job. Okay, try another one. This is gonna be the last one because I told you that the last time, right? I just want to make sure you guys are good on these.
Can we start on another one? A different type?
A different type. You're ready to go to a different type now? Okay, what else are you guys struggling with?
They drop IV.
The drop factor?
If you don't mind.
Okay. I don't mind. That's what we're here for. Okay, so can you guys see the question?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, so for drop factors, it's very important that you just remember the formula. The formula is always going to be what gets you through here. So whenever you say this formula, this is what I want to hear. If I say to you, what is the formula for a drop factor? You should tell me total volume over total time in minutes times the drop factor, always a whole number. That is your formula. Total volume over total time in minutes times the drop factor, always a whole number. So to set this problem up, we need total volume, which is 1,000, because anything with mLs behind it is going to be your volume. We need our time. We need it in minutes, but for now, we're going to write 8 hours. We can convert it when we get to the whiteboard. And then we have IV tubing of 20. The only time you won't have a number there is if it's a PD drip or a micro drip. Those are both equivalent to 60 drops per minute. So if you see that there, it's going to be 60. PD drip or micro drip. All right, so total volume over total time in minutes times the drop factor.
It's 60.
Always a whole number. And I re-emphasize that over and over because even if it doesn't say it in the question, I expect you to know that. That is one question where if it doesn't say it, I will mark you wrong because you can't give somebody partial drop. So you're expected to know that. That's a nursing rule. All right, so we have 1,000 mLs. Our time is 8 hours. 8 times 60 is 480
480.
minutes.
480.
Yeah, times 20. Equals 41.6 and whole number is 42.
Okay, everybody got that?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, great job. Here is your math.
Hold on.
Can you show the whole problem again?
Sure.
Yeah, with that.
Yeah, oh, so, oh, okay.
Thank you.
6, make it round up to 42.
All right, we good with that?
Yes. I'm sorry, I'm speaking for myself. I'm not speaking for everyone.
No problem.
Fine.
We're not going to do this one because this is a little more complicated. So we're just going to keep moving on, see if we can find another one that was similar to what we just did.
Okay.
Okay, let's do this one here. No, this is going to be also different. Okay, wait a minute. All right, let me go back to another math program because she's going to take it up a notch and you guys aren't ready for that.
Normal saline to infuse over a span of 8 hours. The IV tubing that you're using is 20 drops per milliliter. How many drops per minute will be infused? So now that we have our practice problem, let's look at how we set up every dose calc problem using the 6 simple steps. So the first step is to look at the problem and figure out what
Trying to figure out who's talking here.
the end. Is the
Somebody
question
playing something in the background, or is that mine?
I think that's yours. That's the with the dose calculation.
Okay. All right, here we go. Let me know when you can see the new screen. Can you see the IV flow rate drip factor quiz?
Yes.
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 Okay, so let's start with the first one. You guys know the formula. Let's see if you can do it. And you have multiple choice answers up there. So you should get something near one of those answers.
32. No, 31. I'm sorry. 31.
Hold on, let me do it. I don't want to take, I want to make sure
No,
I'm
no,
doing-
I want everybody to work it out. That's why I didn't respond. I'm just letting you guys work it out. Take your time and work it out, please. That way, if we don't get it right, then I can show you on the board. So we do get it right.
Okay,
I got 31.
31.2. So altogether 31.
Okay, so everybody was able to get to 31 on this without any issues, without any not sureties, all that.
Yes.
Yes.
Good.
Okay, let's do number 2.
Okay.
Mm. Oh, it's all
Uh,
minutes.
oh, wait a minute. Hold on. 300.
150.
Oh, how you get that?
Well, what is your volume?
300.
300
Okay, what is your time?
40 minutes.
minutes.
And
40
what is your
minutes.
drip factor?
20.
20.
So you should have 300 divided by 40 times 20.
Okay.
And it'll give you
Got it?
one.
Yeah.
Yes, do 150.
Okay.
Make sure you're taking the number that says mLs.
Right.
Okay.
Because if you take milligrams, you're going to get the wrong answer and it's going to be wrong.
And that's what I did.
Okay, let's look at number 3.
Okay. 250. Hold on. 60 or 240 times 15. Hold on. 250 divided by 240 times 15.
Mm.
I got
Got
50.
31.
I got 31.
How come I got 15? I got it wrong.
Yeah, me too.
Okay,
Right.
well, it says 250 mL. So that means you have 500 mLs.
Right.
Oh, that's why.
Oh,
But
two.
what?
Gotta read, nurse.
Oh, it said 2. Right.
That's
Right.
where you guys make most of your mistakes because you don't really read the question well.
Oh,
So make
got
sure
it.
you read the question well. Make sure you really read what the question's asking you because that's going to
Wow.
cause you a problem, all right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yep. That's crazy.
I
All
didn't see
right,
the
so you
two.
got A for number 1, you got D for number 2, and for this one you got what?
30,
A?
31. Yeah.
All right, let's look at the next one, number 4.
0.4 liters.
Please read to yourself, number 4.
Yourself, please.
Mhm.
C 10.
Okay. 22.2 or 22?
10.
Okay, so here you should have 2,000 divided by what? 2880
Yes.
times 15.
Yes.
Yes.
And you got 10, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh, Parrish.
Okay,
wait.
who didn't get 10?
What is it? 2,000 divided by what?
2880. Why 2880?
48 times 60.
Right. 48 times 60 is 2880.
Oh, it's on the wrong one.
And then your drip factor was 15.
Okay.
All right, let's look at number 5.
That's the one I did. That's 22.
$22.
22.
Okay. Everybody got that one?
Yes.
Yes.
All right, let's look at number 6.
Mm.
Is it 42? A.
Is that what
Yeah,
everybody
42.
got?
42.
Okay.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You guys want to do a couple more? Or are you feeling good here?
A couple
You let
more.
me know because I need to know when you feel ready.
A couple more.
Okay, let's do number 7. We can just finish the quiz. There's only like 10 questions here and see how you did.
7 is 50.
Everybody get that?
Yes.
Hold
Okay,
on.
number 8.
That's
D. 18.
50. 80. 10. Hold on.
$18.
What is that? Okay. Yeah.
All right, if you're done with 8 and you got that answer, go on to 9. If you're struggling, you got to let me know.
9 is A.
Hold on, I'm still doing it.
No problem. Take your time. It's not a race.
I got 20.8.
So that would make the answer what?
21.
Okay. Go ahead and do number 10.
Ten is 17.
Yep. 17.
Yep, 16.617.
Oh, you got 100%. These quizzes, by the way, are free all day on the internet. If you're not sure, there's a video that goes with this quiz.
So is this through the nurse RN or this is just
Yes, let me just copy this right here and throw it in the chat box. There you go.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And if you look at, let me just switch pages up here. So if you look at my screen, you can see that she has dosage counts on all types of stuff. So like if you're not understanding it or getting it from me, I would suggest, especially if you do dimensional analysis, because my brain just can't fathom that. I never seem to plug the dosage calc in right when I do it that way. So also in your book, did you guys register your L to R book?
– Yes.
So if you go into the point, if you scratch that code off and you put that code into the point, it's inside the front of your book. There should be dosage calc there too. Let's see. And then we're just going to go through, I'll go through a couple more problems with you out of a book and we'll see how you do with that area.
what?
Okay, so this, you guys have 10th edition, right? I don't know if I have the 10th edition loaded on here.
Yeah, we have 10th.
But when you go in here for your 10th edition, okay, and under student resources, usually they have dosage calc right here. Okay, and then you can go right into it and practice from right here as well. And they do weight-based, okay? This is just, these are what you're going to see on the test as far as weight-based. Let me just show you. So the doctor ordered acyclovir 10 milligrams per kilogram. Your patient's weight 72. How many milligrams are you going to give? You don't even need a calculator for that, right? What are you going to give there? Do you see the screen?
Yes.
Is it 720?
$720. Bam. Take a picture if you need to. Do the next one.
$725.
725. Am I moving too fast for anybody?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Take your time.
I'm sorry, guys. I'll be quiet.
No.
No, you,
Yeah, it's okay.
yeah, we're fine, okay? I'm glad that you were able to get it through, that's fine. I just wanna make sure we give everybody time to work it out, cause I wanna make sure everybody understands. I just don't wanna move too fast. So how are you guys doing now? You there?
Yes.
Yes,
Okay, were you able to get that answer?
yes.
Awesome. Okay, again, I'm gonna always show you the answer on these, okay? We'll do a couple here, and then I'm gonna move over to some other ones, and we'll do those. So there you go.
Hold on.
Are we ready?
I thought, is this frozen? Oh, okay.
Oh no, I was just waiting because I didn't hear anything, so I was trying to give you enough time.
Next
So
one.
it's more helpful if you guys just let me know when you're done. All right, here's another one.
$261.
261.
That's what I got, 261.
Can you show how to do that?
Sure.
87 times 3.
So for these, you're gonna get your order, which is 3 milligrams per kilogram. And your patient's weight is already in kilograms, right? Which is 87. So you're just gonna take your patient's weight, 87, and multiply that times the 3 milligrams per kilogram.
Oh, very easy. Okay.
Yep. And that would have gave you 261.
Thank you.
No problem. And then there's your math out there, depending on which way you do it. It gives you all 3 ways if you want to take a picture so you remember it for later.
I think I like the formula way better. The other one's confused.
I don't use dimensional analysis or ratio proportion for any math, really. I just can't do it. Like my brain, first of all, when I do dimensional analysis, a lot of times I lay the steps out wrong. But if
Right.
that's how you learned it
Mm-mm.
and that's how you know it, that's fine. I
No, they,
just can't teach it to you that way. If you need to talk to you that way, you need to see Ms. Z.
no, I'm good with the
So
formula.
I take all the clients that do formula math. She takes everybody that does dimensional analysis.
Okay,
And
no,
that doesn't matter where they go to school at, PN, RN, whoever.
no, formula better for me. The other stuff is too confusing.
All right, we're going to do one more here, and then I'm going to flip back over to some other questions so we can practice them. All right, so one more weight-based. And you guys can go in here and do these all day if you registered that book. You can also go to dosagehelp.com, but they're not laid out quite as nice as these are.
92.
92.
Okay, 92. Good job.
Okay.
Okay, start with the first one.
Is it 3 capsules?
Yeah, 3 capsules.
Yeah, that's what I got, 3.
Okay, anybody still calculating?
I'm still calculating. I'll be done in a minute.
No problem.
Got it.
Okay, there's your math.
All right.
Okay, here's your next one.
It's 3.
3.
Anybody still calculating?
Nope, got it.
Got 3.
Okay, good job.
Hold on, let me get the copy, picture of the formula. Thanks.
Hold on.
We good?
Yes.
Okay, this one calls for what?
Conversion.
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 Four.
I got 1.
I got 4.
4.
Okay, so you should have converted that 2 grams to 2,000.
2,000.
You know how to do
Mhm.
that? It would
Oh,
be
I
2
did the
times 1,000,
500.
right? Or you could add 3 zeros to the back of it. And then 2,000 divided by 500. If you got $2,000 and you give each person 500, how many people can you give that to?
4.
And then you're gonna be out of loop.
I
I
tried to
like
take the
money, so I
500 and
like to
divide it.
count. There's your math. So you can see where you made your error. Did you accidentally not convert?
No, I tried to convert the 500
You
and
could have,
divide it
you
by
could just
1,000.
move, if you did the 500, then you would have had it gotten 0.5.
Yeah, I did. And then I times it by 2.
Why'd you times it by 2?
Because I thought that step was done.
So if you're going to convert the 500 to the 0.5, then you would just take 2 and divide it by the 0.5, and that should have gave you 4.
Oh, okay. All right. Got you.
These are what gets me mixed up right here.
Why?
I don't know, they just do.
Okay, so let's just look at this one real quick. This is the same thing. It's just desired over half. Okay, your order is your desired dose that goes on top. And then what do you have on hand? It doesn't matter whether it's units, pills, whatever. It doesn't matter. Let's go to the whiteboard. So this is just going to be your 3,500 divided by your 5,000 times your vehicle, which is 1 ml. You see here, it doesn't matter because this is going to cross out.
So that's 0.7.
See, this is going to cross out and you'll be left with mLs. 5,000 doesn't go into 35. So your first answer is going to be 0 point something.
0.7.
0.7.
Okay. Bam. 0.7 is wrong. It shows it up there in that correct response. That is wrong. If you put 0.7 there, I'm going to mark it wrong. You have to put a 0 there. That's a nursing rule. You can't put a decimal without a 0 in front of it. You're setting people all day up for a med error. So that's why you can't do it.
Okay.
Someone may not see the decimal and interpret that as 7 or 70.
Okay.
So anytime you have a decimal, you either have to have a number or a 0 in front of it. We also, if we're writing a whole number, we don't write a decimal after it unless it's a number. So if it were 28 even, we wouldn't put anything after that number. The only way we would do that if it was 28.1 or higher. Also, because that 28.0 could be interpreted as a 280.
Wow.
So that's why we don't do that. That's called a trailing 0. So we never put a trailing 0, and we always put a 0 in front of the decimal unless there's a number there.
Okay.
If you're doing I-nose and you're measuring ice, okay, you have a cup of ice, it's going to be equal to half a cup in volume. Always. Ice is equal to half. Not popsicles, not ice cream, ice. All right, your popsicles will usually tell you, like, you have a popsicle or one of those freeze pops, it'll usually tell you on the side of it, like, this is 6 ounces, this is 4 ounces, this is 3 ounces. So you'll know what that volume is by what it says on the side of that container, unless it's given to you in a question. Just so you know that. These are rules that nurses are expected to know. All right, are there times when you would set an IV pump to the nearest 100? Yes.
13.8.
If we're giving a delicate dose of something, we may have to. We'll set it to the nearest 10th, we can set it to the nearest 100th, or we can round it up. If it's normal saline, I might just round it up. But if it's dobutamine, I don't want to round that up every time because that could damage my patient or take my parameters away from where I need it to be.
Okay.
What am I giving the medication out of? For instance, could I give an insulin dose out of a TB syringe?
No,
Could I?
Okay.
no, you cannot.
Yes, you can actually. If you had to do it in an emergency situation, You could, because the measurements are equivalent. We don't practice that anymore, but back in the day, they used to do it all the time.
Mm.
But can I give an IM injection out of an insulin needle?
No.
No,
No.
because one is units, the other one is not, and it's going to be measured differently. And you have to know this, because if I'm giving an IM injection, could I round it to the nearest tenth?
Yes.
Sure. If my syringe is measured out that way, most of them are, or I might just have to get a smaller syringe. Some of them are measured in 2. So, you may have to pull a syringe that's measured in every tenth, but you could do it. Could I give an insulin dose to the nearest tenth?
No. It's a unit.
So there is one actual occasion when you actually could. If you were given regular insulin IV, you could give it to the nearest tenth, but you cannot give a regular dose of sub-Q insulin to the nearest tenth. You're correct on that part, because it's given in units. When you're doing desired over half, it doesn't matter whether you have units, mLs, whatever. It doesn't matter. Okay? Because at the end of the day, as long as what you have on the top is equivalent to what you have on the bottom, that is normally going to cross out anyway. All right? So now let's look at this next one. So I want you to calculate this, and I want you to tell me how many mLs are going to be given. And then, in addition to that, I want you to tell me if you had to give this in teaspoons or in tablespoons, how much would you give as far as teaspoons, and how much would you give as far as tablespoons? Okay, so first calculate your desired dose.
Okay. 15 milliliters.
15. And then it's at 3 tablespoons.
Teaspoon.
Hold on one second. I didn't do the math yet. Okay, so 15 mLs. So, 3 tablespoons. How many teaspoons?
3.
3.
3 teaspoons, 1 tablespoon, right?
1 tablespoon, yes.
Remember, in tablespoon, there's a letter that's not in teaspoon. It's a B. That means in a tablespoon, there be more mLs. 15. All right, so 1 tablespoon's equal to 15. 1 teaspoon equal to 5.
Wait. 1 equal to 15. 1 teaspoon equals to
5.
what?
Equal to 5. And as I said, teaspoon is abbreviated TSP, right? Tablespoon is going to be TSBL. There's a B in there, right? That means there be more mLs. Just trying to help you remember. In a tablespoon, 15, teaspoon, 5. So in this case, you would give 3 teaspoons or 1 tablespoon. Everybody with me on that?
Yes.
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 Okay, good job.
Wait, I got 15.5. I think I did the math 279 divided by 90, then I times it by 5.
You said 279 or 270?
70, not 279.
Oh, I was okay. That's why I messed up. Thank y'all. I don't know where I got 279 from.
All right, guys, I just got to send a text message real quick. Hold on one second. Let me go to the next question so you guys can at least work on that. Here we go. Okay, this is a weight-based, right?
Mm.
What'd we get?
Let's go.
Is it 1,230?
12:30.
That's what I got.
Oh, okay.
Okay, good job. There's your math.
Okay.
I'm gonna skip this because I think we did enough weight base. You guys are good with those, right?
Yes.
But let's do this one because this one's a volume. So let's do it. And it also requires what?
Conversion.
A conversion of the weight. Again, you know, when you look at the statement, look at what's in there. What are they giving you? That's kind of going to help you decide. And also, it's not asking you for mLs, then likely it's looking for what's the strength or what's the amount that you're giving as far as the dosage.
Is it 20?
Hmm.
Oh, wait, no, wait. I think I forgot the 8.
I got 2.6 mLs.
$2.6.
Something close to it. I got 2.5.
All right, it should be 2.6. Did you clear your calculator?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, remember, we don't clear the calculator. So you should have started with 23 in your calculator. Let me do it on the whiteboard.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna ask that.
But in this, Mrs. Loach, in this problem, it does say round the pound conversion to the nearest tenth. So I did do that.
Okay, so I actually didn't see that, and I didn't do that. So that might be why you got a different answer. So remember, I said they might do that sometimes. So it does say that. So in this case, you would have did that.
I still got 2.6, but I wanted to say that part though.
So that would have rounded it to 10.5. Okay, the weight.
Oh,
then
you
you
know
would
what?
have
I got
taken
the
the
10.5.
10.5,
Get that one.
multiplied
why it's
that
different.
times the 2.2. I mean, times the 2. And then divided that by the 8. And I got 2.6 also when I did it that way.
0.6, yes.
So sometimes it won't make a difference if you round, but sometimes it will. It really is going to depend on what your answer is. Let me just make this smaller so you can see all of the math here. All right, I'm going to go back. Are you guys looking at the whiteboard?
Yes.
Okay, so 23 point by 2.2 gave me
10.5.
10.45. Rounded to 10.5.
right, 10.45.
Oh, I just
Rounded
left it at the
to
whole number.
10.5, and then we took that times our 2 milligrams.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Which
and that
gave
gave
us
us 21 milligrams.
20.90.
Okay, and then we had to divide that by 8 milligrams. Milligrams crosses out, and we're left with mLs.
Wait a minute, hold on.
2.6.
Yeah, were you?
And then we dropped this and we ended up
21.
with 2.6 mLs. I'm not, where are you confused at?
Okay.
Where are you confused at?
No, I had 2.61.
Okay, did you round it to the 10.5?
Yeah, I did 10.5 times 2, which gave
And
me
that
the
should give you 21 even.
Oh, it gave me 20 point. Okay, I didn't round it 21. Okay.
You didn't have to. It should have gave you 21 even.
Let me see. Hold on.
When you did 10.5 times 2, that should have gave you 21 even.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know why. Okay. Okay, you're right.
It gave me 20.9 and I rounded to 21. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I got 20.9.
Me too.
Yeah, I'm not sure why, if you're using your calculator in a standard
I
mode,
did it
why
all
you're getting it
together.
different.
Like I did it all together. I left all the numbers like you said, and that's why.
Yeah, I mean, I left all the numbers like I said, and I still ended up with 2.6.
Okay.
Well, question, Miss Sue.
Yes.
I did run the final figure of the 2.6 to the final part of the question, which says run the LB by pound. So I converted that 2.6 times 2.2 again. I arrived at 5.75 at the end of the 5.8.
Okay, so tell me again what you did.
I got up to 2.6, but the final part, the final sentence of that question is saying run the LB, the pound.
It's saying round the pound conversion to the nearest tenth.
Yes. So
But
does that
even if
mean
you
that
did that,
I went back to multiply the 2.6 by 2.2?
okay,
Because
it wouldn't be 2.6 by 2.2. Why would you do that?
because I was looking at the pound in the final part of the question.
I'm not sure what you're saying.
It said round the pound, the LB, to the nearest tenth.
Right. It says round the pound conversion.
Yeah. Okay,
what is your pound conversion?
Okay, the pound conversion. Well, okay, that is what okay, what now? Okay, now I understand now. What he's saying is the pound conversion, because we already converted it earlier by the 23 by 2.2. So we don't have to have the conversion again.
No, when you, in this question particularly, when you did the 23 divided by 2.2, at that point, it wanted you to round that number to the nearest tenth.
Okay, now I got it. Because I got up to 2.6, but I got confused. Oh, do I have to convert it again? That is where I think I got confused about it.
Okay. You won't see this in my questions because I don't have you round the weight.
Okay.
That's not really a standard thing that we do. You might do it with certain drugs, but when you're rounding the weight, again, you're increasing the dose.
Okay.
Why? Because you're taking the weight up to a higher level now, right?
Now, yeah.
And if your dose is based on weight and you have more weight, you're going to have a bigger dose.
Okay, I got it. Thank you.
You're welcome. We're not going to do that one. That's basal surface area. You guys won't have to do those. All right. So this one, again, let's read what the question's asking us. So this is asking how many mLs per hour is the nurse going to administer? Okay. Now, here's your clue for these sentences. When it says how many mLs per hour, you're either going to have to calculate a total volume over a total time, right? Or you're going to have to deliver a certain amount of mLs per hour for the dose. In this question, what does it give you? It gives you an ordered dose, right?
Yes.
And it also gives you what you have on hand. So, if you had 250 mLs per hour and you had to infuse that over 90 minutes, how would you calculate that?
250 divided by 90?
Okay, but
Don't you
mLs
have to
per
convert
hour.
don't you have to
250
convert the
divided by
minutes to hours?
500 times 90?
So if you were just
Or
trying
would it
to
be 90 times
determine
60?
how long it would take you for that 250 to infuse, let's go to the whiteboard.
8.
Okay, you're looking for mLs per hour. Remember that. So if you're looking for mLs per hour,
You gotta do the 8 instead of 60.
but your time is, you have 250 mLs, okay? Your time is 90 minutes. Now this time has to be in hours in order
Hours.
for you to get this.
Right, so
But
you
you can
gotta,
either do
get it for
1.5
2.
hours because that's what 90 minutes is, right? Or
Yeah.
you could do 250 divided by 90 times 60. Either way, it's going to convert it to an hourly rate.
so 90 times 60, hold on. It's 5,400.
Huh?
90 times 60?
Why would you do 90 times 60?
It's
That's
167 minutes.
Hold on. Why would you do 90 times 60?
1.5.
You
Well,
either have to do 250 divided by 1.5, or you have to do 250 divided by 90.
divided
times
by
60.
90. Okay, got you.
Either way, it should give you 166.6 or 167.
Okay, got you. All right.
Now, sometimes for these, you can do desired dose over what you have on hand. And if you do it that way, it's going to give you 250, but that's just the number of mLs that you're infusing, okay? You still have to take it over your time. So let's see what happens when we put our 167 in here. Oh, actually, it tells, yeah, 167, because it tells us to round it. You see there to the nearest whole number? You see
Yes.
that?
Hello?
I'm
Yeah.
here. Are we done? Everybody's good there?
I need some help seeing it on the whiteboard, the rest of it.
What do you mean the rest of it?
Oh, I finished this part. Oh, never mind. 166.
So for these, depending on what they give you in the question, it's either just going to be your total volume over your total time in hours. Sometimes they'll ask you how many mLs you're going to deliver and its desired dose over what you have on hand. It's just going to depend on how that question reads. My next. I know we didn't do all the questions here. See, next. I guess that was the end. Maybe that was all the questions.
We're still on the whiteboard.
Yep, I was just going back to the book to see if that was the end of the questions. It looks like that was the end of what we had here, but I didn't think it was, but try this again. Oh, here we go. Yep, that was it for what they had on there for those simple ones. Okay, anything else that I did not go over that somebody feels like they need? Guys are good with converting your centimeters and all that stuff?
What about reading the labels? Because sometimes I be getting confused with reading the labels.
Okay.
Okay, can you go back to that so I could take a picture of that? What was that? The centimeters or something?
That was dosagehealth.com where I was at.
Okay.
This one's kilograms. I think you got to go to unit. I'm not sure for
Okay.
what it's giving me here. It only gives me really like mass for mass or mass for liquid.
Okay.
But do you guys have the PowerPoint of my dosage calc thing, right? That
Yeah.
has your conversions on there.
Okay. Got you.
You have that PowerPoint, correct?
Yes.
I think I sent it to you guys a few weeks ago.
Okay. Thank you.
Yes,
Let me
it's in the
see.
packet.
Let's see. One of these has that dosage calc on it. Let me know when you guys can see my screen.
We can see it, but there's nothing up yet.
You see a PowerPoint opening?
Nope, not yet. Okay.
Taking its sweet time with opening, so. Come on, open up.
Oh, that's a lot of PowerPoint.
So on here, it shows you how to read the labels. And there's practice. So what is the generic name here?
Acetaminophen.
Acetaminophen. And make
Acetaminophen.
sure, like when you read it off the label, that you also type it in the way it's on that label, spelling wise, because it'll mark you wrong if you don't spell it right.
So let me ask you, trade and brand is the same thing. It's asking the same thing. Trade name and brand name is the same.
Correct. The trade name will always have that little R behind it, that little trademark sign.
Okay. All right.
That's
Generic.
what I was getting confused. The trade name and the brand name is the same.
Yeah, they did. You could just
Correct.
say brand or you could say trade, and that's what was getting me mixed up too. Okay.
Okay, and then strength is going to be usually in milligrams.
Okay, 500 milligrams.
Or micrograms or grams.
All right, see, this is an easy one, but the other ones we had was not as easy to look, or either maybe the picture was terrible. I don't know.
All right, well, we'll look at a couple.
Wait, you said the
tablets?
I'm sorry, you
That's
said
the
the
form.
dosage, you said the dosage strength would be in milligrams?
Correct. Milligrams, micrograms, grams.
Yeah, so
Okay.
this one here is 500 milligrams in strength, and the form is capsule, right?
Correct.
Okay.
It's actually caplets here.
Oh, caplets. Oh, wow. Okay.
Let me see if I can find a couple other labels.
So what's the difference between a capsule and a caplet?
What's the difference, nurse?
Well, the capsule is the one, I guess, that had the little beads inside of it. It's
Right,
thin.
you open it up.
Yeah, okay.
The Tylenol have little beads inside sometimes.
Yeah,
but when it's a caplet, it's kind of like a capsule, but it's a hard shell. It doesn't
Gotcha.
actually have the little beads inside like
Okay.
the regular capsule does.
Okay. And this video you're gonna have for us so we can look over it again, right?
Huh?
The video that you're taping now, we can look over this again.
Yes.
Okay. Oh, so this is an injection. Oh, Lord.
All right, so look at this one. All right, so what is the name on here? So for the trade name, is there a trade name on here?
No.
No, there's only a generic name. Who knows what the trade name for this is?
I don't know. I can't pronounce this. So I'm not even gonna try.
Rosefin.
Oh,
Okay, this is ceftriaxone. Rocephin is the trade name for it.
but it's not on here, so
No. Now, what's the strength of this?
1 gram
Right. And what is the form?
injection.
Injection.
Uh-oh. Let me see.
All right, so let me see if I can find some better labels because these ones don't have both on it. I need something, I would like to have something that has both. That's from a pharmacy, so that's why it doesn't have it. See if we can try this. Okay. This one is, again, it shows you here. So if you were to Google this in, okay, see how it shows you the trade name, the generic, and the dosage strength.
Okay.
As far as the root here, this is misoprolol, so it's kind of hard to tell from this label what the actual root is. I would have to see the directions because this could come like in a form like it can be given in a mist, it can be given in a pill, so it can be given in a variety of ways.
It says tablets. on
Fortunately,
it.
I don't have a lot of labels.
It says that tablet.
Did it say tablet? I missed that.
Yeah.
So
Yes, it said tablet at the top of it.
okay, so I missed that part. Good eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, here's another one.
Okay.
So again, what would be the trade name?
The trade name with
Lipomax.
the
The brand name, right? And what would be the generic name?
azithromycin,
Azithromycin,
Okay, what's the strength?
500
500
milligrams.
milligrams.
Okay, and it's injection. It says it right on there, right?
Yes.
All right, here's another one. What's the trade name?
Keflex,
Reflex.
What's the brand name? I mean, the generic name.
Cefalinix,
Alexin.
And what's the form
capsule,
So
250.
and the strength?
Oh,
250
250.
milligrams. Oh, go back to the other one. Okay. Hold on. Right there. Wait, you're going too fast.
Because I'm not trying to have you look at that label. I'm not trying for you to look at it. If I was gonna wanted you to look at it, I would stop.
Oh. There go one. That's a good one.
These aren't actual labels. These are prescription labels. That's not what you're gonna see on a bottle. This is, ordered for somebody individually.
Mhm.
All right, here you go. What's the
Okay.
trade name?
Doricef.
Doricef.
Okay. What is the generic name?
It's 2 names. Capsule minus
One
hydrate.
name.
2
Okay.
names.
It's one name.
Oh, it's one name.
Cephalodoxil mono.
That is one name.
Monohydrate.
Cefadroxil monohydrate.
Okay.
It's not 2 names. Don't say it like that because you may confuse someone. When you
Okay.
write the generic name, you have to put both of those there.
Right.
With the comma and a USP, correct?
Right.
Do you have to put the comma on the USP?
No, you don't need to put that.
Okay.
For
This
the
was separate
dosage,
drugs for monohydrate.
okay, for the strength, we have to put the 500 milligrams per 5 milliliters.
milliliters.
So for this, I would probably just have you put the 500 milligrams, but if you wrote 500 milligrams, I wouldn't mark it wrong.
Okay,
This is a reconstitution product. That's why it says that on there. And what is the root or
oral
the form?
suspension.
Okay, suspension, because that's you're going to have to reconstitute this to give it. Again, they don't have a ton of labels, so I got to go with what they have available. Here's another one. All right, what is the brand name?
Novox,
What is the generic name?
carprofen,
And what is the strength?
25 milligrams.
And what is the form?
Caplets.
Caplets. Good.
Yes.
So are we
Thank
good
you
with
for
that?
this.
Yes.
Okay. What else?
Thank you.
No problem. Anything else? All right, guys. That's it then.
All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you,